What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? No, he doesn't even know what it's called. What's it called? What's it called?
This is a new thing where I think what it is that okay, so we record on StreamYard and it's the little red thing appears that says recording in the top left. And I think Caleb can't not talk immediately when that shows up. Yeah, he sees, he's like, I gotta go. But also when we edit it, it sort of like fades in. So I was like, hey man, let's take a second to let it be able to fade in when I edit the episode. But I don't think that's possible for Caleb.
No. Well, I think it's funny for it to fade in and it's just like
yeah. So the compromise is that now every episode starts with Caleb being ooh, yeah. It's gonna be a sound every time, dude.
I remember when I first started doing stand-up, I would go out there and they would, they go, Caleb, and I would go out and I would take the microphone out of the stand, I would move the stand, and then I would tell the crowd, hello.
Yeah, dude.
And now I was blown away when I started. I would see like experienced comedians and they'd be talking before they got to the microphone. I'd see them like looking at the crowd and they'd be like, hey, how you doing? Oh, hey. And they'd say something to the host. Oh, you motherfucker. Oh, you motherfucker.
That's the best.
I was like, whoa, that's so cool.
The little off mic interchange between the host and the headliner. It's like, what are they saying? It's like there are credits rolling over their faces. It's the end of Saturday Night Live or Family Feud.
I love that.
Yeah,
I remember as a kid, I would see Conan. He would whisper something to the guest. I'd be like, "What's he saying?
What do you fucking say?
If it's so funny, why wouldn't he say it to us? Because he's on TV."
Yeah,
What if or is he just like, "You got your parking? Your parking's all good."
Honestly, probably. I like to think that he leaned forward and he whispered, "You need to find a dark black stone. There's no other stone like it at the base of a tree like this." And underneath that, there's a box, and in that box, you'll.
Oh, if I ever have a late night show, I'll whisper only things Morgan Freeman has said to my guests.
Kiss the girls. I don't think he ever actually said that in the movie Kiss the Girls.
Oh man, I would love it if that was in there. Yeah, there's too many of the say in the title, and I know they got to call the movie something, but I don't like it.
I think in some of the cases they named it the way that a lot of people name stand-up albums. They made the movie with a working title, but didn't have a real title yet. And then they're like, "Ooh, pick a line to name it after." But the problem is that as a viewer, you're like, "Well, now this movie sucks because you said the title."
I know. I hate it. And you could tell it always seems like they know it's the title. Like they knew it was the title and they're going, title. It's like, don't do that. Just say it regular.
Yeah, no.
Hot Tub Time Machine did it right. That's the only one that did it right.
Well, comedies are allowed to fuck around with it, and there's ways to do it. Yeah, I don't know. My favorite one is I think the one that really works is when the guy turns to the camera and says, "Well, that was the first blood." And and then the guy he's talking to goes, "That's right, Rambo." And then they both stare into the camera for 30 or 45 seconds.
You'd be like, "Who's that last samurai? That was the last one." Oh, yeah.
Well, it looks like we are the best of the best too.
That's fun.
Yeah.
We say it. We can do it with a podcast. You can say the name of your podcast.
That's true. You kind of have to. Well, there's no intro to a scripted show. Nobody, it's not like halfway through, someone's like, "Welcome to The Handmaid's Tale." All right, here we are. You're watching The Handmaid's Tale.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
It's glad to have you.
Yeah. Glad to have you. It's nice to be here being a handmaid. Gilead's not treating me too good, but I'm happy that we have fans.
About this is the no rights. I didn't expect the no rights to be.
We don't have rights. That is true. Oh, but
boy,
but
the green room's nice.
And we do have all these wonderful fans listening. Thank you so much. What's up, handmaiders?
What's up, my little fascists? We know you love this shit.
Yeah.
Hell
What's up,
yeah.
Nazis? You're listening to the Handmade Show.
Please join the Patreon. We need new rats for the dungeon. And,
yeah, totally.
my bedpan is full. Dude, I took the Amtrak yesterday. It was one of the funniest experiences I've had on any transportation. So the guy comes on, he's like, "Oh, we're gonna be taking off on Pacific Surfliner tomorrow. Okay, got about 15 minutes here. If you want to get a drink, come down to the car. The car is gonna be open for about 20. Do not use the bathroom unless it is an emergency. The tank is full. There was an issue last night. We're not able to empty the tank as we normally do. There was a problem in San Diego, so the tank is full, and it is getting fuller. There is a backup that's gonna be kind of steeping through. If that's what you smell, if you think you smell something, that's what it is. It's very full, so do not use it unless you absolutely have to. It already smells pretty bad. So get a hamburger, get a hot dog. We got drinks, more beer and wine. But do not, and he would not stop. And everybody's like looking around, like this is really weird. Like he's telling us the bathrooms are just shit is piled up. If you sit on the toilet, you're gonna sit on some shit. It was the funniest thing.
First of all,
and he was saying it so casually.
Just tape off the bathroom. Right. Just put a fucking out of order sign on it, and then tell people it's out of order.
Train. Pick a train that isn't full of shit. Why are you taking the shit train?
Right. Or empty the tank. Be like, sorry, we left 30 minutes late. We took the shit off the train. Like,
and I was just like, I hope these stops are not sudden. And then they're just like,
if you hear a fart sound from near the back of the car you're in the car with all the shit in the tank. And we stopped a little abruptly, and the car farted, and a shit smell came up. And that's why you're going to be smelling shit on your trip from San Diego to Dana Point. Wow,
that was great.
That's really funny too, because I remember I had one after my first tour. I started I would do like 2-month tours around the whole country for like a while. And I was always trying to save money. And so a lot of the time I would end up taking mega buses or Greyhounds or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And they have bathrooms on them.
Oh, yes.
But like this sort of unspoken rule is you don't take a shit on the bus.
Yes.
And and like, look, if you really have to go, wait, what'd you say?
You don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't shit on the megabus.
And it's like a kind of a thing where, like, if it's a super emergency, that's why it's there. It's there because they don't want you to shitting your pants on the bus is worse than shitting in the bus toilet, but it's really not that much better.
There's still shit on the bus.
You're still shit on the bus. And like, what do you think? Where do you think it goes? Do you think it goes somewhere? It stays on the bus. And
like taking a shit in the backseat of your car. Like, good.
You're like, there's like a little kid
Coke bottle
staring out the back window of a bus, and just this brown streak drops on the highway behind the bus. Like, well, someone took a dump in the bus and it went right onto I-10.
Why not? There's shit on the street anyway.
I mean, truly, especially I-10.
You know
I-10. You know I-10. Yeah. No, but one time I got on a gray. You know how I-10 is. You know that I-10.
Picturing the toilet is literally a hole. Like there's just a little tiny phone booth door with a hole, and people just shit onto the street. Like you're behind
you can see the road beneath you. It's like terrifying. Yeah. Listen, y'all, we got the bathroom in there. If you need to take a shit, it's an emergency. You're gonna want to strap your feet into the wall, because if you lower your ass too low, you'll scrape your ass off with the really fast road underneath. So you want to shit on the road. You don't want to lose your ass. Yeah. And yeah, Don't want you bleeding out just because you're taking a dumper on the I-10.
I just love a any announcement voice. It doesn't matter what they're saying. It sounds so run of the mill.
Yeah.
It's just
Y'all.
if you're gonna be fucking in the bathroom, don't be.
Yeah.
Mile High Club is not a
Totally.
real club. Do not be going in there.
So we do have a functioning bathroom on today's Greyhound trip from Midland to Dallas. Half the time we'll be on the I-10, then we're switching up to the 2535. And yes, we have a functioning bathroom for this entire trip. It is a hole in the ground, and you'll be able to see the road beneath you. And so just know that if you have a small butt and you fall in, you might die. And so make sure if you're going to be taking a shit in the bathroom on this 2.5-hour trip from Midland, Texas to Dallas, Texas, that you will hover your ass above the hole so as not to fall in and either cut yourself or fall beneath the bus and get trampled by the wheels. Snacks will be served about an hour in, and we will be showing a movie, The Rock. We have a DVD of The Rock we'll be showing, and just remember, shit only in an emergency, because if you fall into the hole, there is nothing stopping you from hitting the road beneath.
I mean, there was the first person, I love first persons. There's the first person to shit on a bus, and then you have the first person to shit in the sky, and it probably wasn't the Wright brothers. So the first sky shitter.
Damn, that's true.
Who was it?
Holy shit. I wonder if the internet knows.
Yeah, who took the first shit on a plane?
First person to,
because that's so
wow. Okay, hold on. This is the first one to come up, and I can't believe that we have never searched for this. Literally, I'm going to take a screenshot of this so I can show you and post online. I typed first person to shit on A, and what came up was first person to poop on the moon. And so it changed shit to poop and said the moon, which is, I can't believe we've never.
Boy, Google knows
it was
so
Neil
well.
Armstrong.
He got up there and had to take a shit. Well, that's one small step for me. All right, let's get this picture real quick. Wow. I'm gonna go shit behind the flag.
Yeah, that's so fucking funny, dude. Well, that's one small shit for man and one big diarrhea for mankind. Astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin may have been the first people to set foot on the lunar surface when Apollo 11 landed there 50 years ago on July 20, 1969, but they had to forego some earthly conveniences in order to pull off the moon landing. Well, what does that fucking mean?
Shitting. That's a convenience.
Bathroom breaks on the moon, forget about it. NASA engineers were so busy figuring out how to get astronauts to and from the moon that they didn't bother to design a toilet for the Apollo missions. In fact, the first toilet wouldn't be installed on a U.S. spaceship until the space shuttle got one in the 80s.
What were they doing?
Defecation and urination have been bothersome aspects of space travel from the beginning of manned spaceflight. An official NASA report on the Apollo space mission reads.
Whoa.
During Apollo 11, as with all the other Apollo missions, astronauts had to wrestle with a stinking baggie in order to relieve themselves.
They shit in a bag?
Wow. It was a baggie system. To pee, astronauts used what looked essentially like a condom, which was hooked up to a bag with a hose. There was this is the most telling sentence of all time. There was no female-friendly system.
On the moon,
I
on
should
Earth.
not laugh. It's just sort of like, we're going to the moon. Women are not going to need to. There will be no women on the moon. Can you fucking believe that? They were like, no women on the moon. Like, what the fuck?
Right. Sorry, ladies. We only got condoms in bags.
Yeah.
I heard a story that the first lady in space, the astronauts were like,
shit, you're breaking up, dude. You're breaking up.
No.
Hey, we're back. Oh, we had a little glitch
moon.
there. And you can't talk about shitting on the moon for too long before the government shuts you down, man. They don't want people to know.
I wonder if the moon landing fake people really think they're like, you can't shit on the moon. It's not possible. That's
why. That's how you know you can't shit there. And where they jerk off. You know how high your hand would bounce if
What
you're
if that's
trying to
why
jerk off.
the one that blew up? It wasn't there one that like which one?
Challenger.
Which,
The Challenger happened because
somebody was jerking. They couldn't wait.
someone at Houston, we have a boner. And they're like, me too, Challenger. You're a go for coming.
I just wonder, like, I'm sure an astronaut's been like, I don't want to put this mission in peril. I'm really horny, but I just got to think about baseball or something,
That's right. I think I can manage a week to the moon and back, not jerking off once.
I didn't know this till recently. My brother told me this, that the first lady in space, NASA was, it's all those nerds. They go, hey, what are we going to do if you get your period up there? And she was like, look, we're not going to be up there long enough. It's not going to happen. And then
and they gave her like something crazy, like 400 tampons.
Yeah, because they didn't know. They're like, I don't know how many.
Jesus Christ, dude!
Like women change it out like every 10 minutes.
A problem that could have been solved if they hired one woman.
Right. They got a think tank. It's the committee of what to do about these hose periods.
Totally, dude.
What are we gonna do?
Yo, what happens? What happens if she's on a spacewalk and she gets her period? Is she gonna blow up?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's out there floating in space where no woman's ever gotten her period in space. What if they blow up? What if they start spinning? What if it makes them spin? It makes them spin around. And then they're all going all wibbly wobbly. They can't see straight. They can't fix the transmitter out there. Then they're stuck in space.
We just broke through the atmosphere. You can see there they're detaching the 400,000 tampons they brought. Turns out they were way down the ship.
Yeah, totally.
We'll drop those in the ocean.
Just like our trajectory's off. We're gonna miss our landing. We're gonna bounce off the atmosphere. What can we let loose? We only have 2,000 pounds of tampons in the back. Do you need those? Do you still need those? I never did.
We're gone for 4 days. We're not even close. But then you think, how the moon controls the tides and like, what if she gets to the moon and their period never stops?
Wow, that's a good point.
I bet someone asked that in NASA.
What if she gets up there and she's a werewolf?
Or what if there's
we need to bring
what if women become wolves on the moon? We don't know. I don't know what a woman is, and neither do you. I understand space, I understand science, physics, and chemistry, but none of those things have told anyone a single thing about women. Damn, that's so funny. What if women become wolves on the moon?
We don't know,
dude.
You can't prove they don't.
Yeah, you're fucking right, dude.
That's right. The most sexist guy ever.
That's right.
I just don't think women belong on the moon. Y'all gonna put
It's so similar to like, it is weird how like part of racism is that you're like the silliest idiot ever.
Right.
Like there's the part where you're dumb and there's the part where it's hateful and it all sucks. But then there's also always this part included where you're like a silly little goofy little jerk off. Where you're like, well, it's the same thing as like, I don't think black people should be in Game of Thrones. Like you're like a little dancing little toy. Like, why do you think stuff like this?
Oh, it's insane. It takes me out of it. Takes me out of it.
You're like an idiot. Yeah, you're like.
What blows me away is I've seen some of these people that hate the Game of Thrones, and they'll go, Game of Thrones is, and the same with Little Mermaid. They're like, it's based on, it's supposed to be in England and blah, 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 blah. And then I go, there's black people in England.
Yeah, dude.
Like
a whole bunch.
A bunch.
Man.
Like it's not. What the fuck?
Ronan Hirschberg has this great joke that I'm gonna butcher. He's really good at stand-up. But the joke is like, just like a lot of people have a problem with Game of Thrones because there's a lot of incest in it and pedophilia, and people like fuck their nieces and stuff like that. But in defense of the show, that's just how it was back in the world that guy made up.
Imagine you go this whole world. There's an ice wall. I got this world, and people are fucking like the first thing. Somebody's got a boner and
totally not a necessary part of the show at all.
World he made up.
Dude, the new one. Have you seen the new one, House of the Dragon?
I haven't seen the old one.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
man. Well, that's there for you whenever it's great. I really like it.
Yeah.
But what's cool, I really like the new one too. I like House of the Dragon. It's a lot more of like a tense interpersonal drama, which I think they did on purpose. Like, and it feels like it's gonna get action packed at some point, but maybe not. It's just very like tense and dramatic. It's like high stakes, human dramatic feelings about each other. It's like a soap opera, except that it's like actually good acting and made really, really well. I like really like it. Yeah. And whereas the first one is like everyone's like fucking and dying and getting burned to death and shit like that. And that like I think happens here and there. But anyway, I bring it up because inside of that, it's like, so in the first one, there's a lot of like they're a brother and sister who sleep with each other, and then there's like a lot of stuff like that, and it's like obviously that's very off-putting. In this one, since it's less action packed, but that's still the world, there's just these discussions of like the king's wife dies, and I'm sorry, that's a spoiler if you haven't seen it, but I don't know.
I'm sure
like
I assumed
5 episodes in,
some king's wives were dying,
and it happens early on. Yeah, the king's wife dies, and they're like, we think that the best match for you to position your house and the realm in the best is to marry blah, blah, blah of blah, blah, blah. And it's a 9-year-old girl. And then so there's a scene where the king, who's like 70, goes on a walk with this like 9-year-old. And it's just like, no, dude. No, man. That is the one thing that I would say George R.R. Martin has to maybe look inward about.
Right.
The way that he thinks about.
She told me she was 10. Oh, fucking. I'm the
Even
king.
riffing about it doesn't feel right. She told me.
Oh man, you can't trust these kids.
Did I tell you that my vet once said took Funkin and he was like, she's doing great, man. She's 16, but she's got the body of a 12-year-old. And I was like, don't say that.
Medically? Like what? Like what do you mean? Medically or like
health-wise? She's like good. She's like all right. She's
got the body of a.
Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you.
You should do that Adam Levine meme everybody's doing.
Holy fucking fuck, dude!
You got the body of a 12-year-old cat.
Your body is insane, man. That's a good meme. That's a fun one. I mean, it's just
fun.
It's fun. It sucks that it comes from him cheating on his wife.
Here's what's upsetting to me. When are you supposed to cheat on your wife? Everybody goes, "Wow, she's pregnant." Like she'd be happy if she wasn't pregnant. There's no good time to cheat on your wife.
I hate this too. There's always qualifiers like, he dumped me on Valentine's Day.
Right.
And just like, did you want him to wait?
Time.
Yeah. When do you want it to happen?
And I always break up with ladies on the best day of the year for them,
Me too.
They're not pregnant. They're not in the hospital.
It's not Valentine's. It's
and
not
you know
their
what?
birthday.
They still don't like it.
You know what I do? I always dump them on my birthday. And
yeah, get yourself something.
Yeah, yeah, totally. I'll add a little discord to my life.
You ever been in a relationship and you can tell it's not going good, and they'll be like, "Hey, what do you want to do for Christmas?" And in your head, you're like, "Oh, I hope we're broken up by then."
Right. Yes, I certainly have.
Boy, Christmas is 10 months away. I don't know what the fuck.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Man, I'm doing this on purpose, man. I am going to see my parents for Thanksgiving.
Whoa.
But I am staying in New York City for Christmas.
Hell yeah.
And I literally am doing that on purpose because, dude, I fucking love it here, man. It's like there's the comedy of it, but also it's weird. It was definitely a depression thing. I've always wanted to live in a big bustling city. This is the biggest, bustlingest one. And also I just like everything is a little shop and you can just meander through all of it. And what I mean about a depression thing, like I was just like, I don't deserve to live there. And now I'm like,
Right.
turning 40 and I moved here and I'm like, I'm allowed to live here. There's
Yeah.
like parks and things to explore everywhere. The seasons just changed.
Oh,
Summer
hell yeah.
sucked ass. Fuck summer.
It's the worst,
dude. And some people like it, and those people are wrong. And
They
I
are.
think that they're probably mean to their kids. I just want to say that if you like summer, you're probably mean to several people you claim to love. That's just my
You're
guess.
mean. It's easier to catcall when it's summer. You know, you don't want to be like, oh, you got, they
Yeah. Hey, where you going?
Hey,
Yeah.
under that long coat. How you doing? Ooh.
Did it hurt? When you got off the subway and it was really fucking cold out here, did that hurt?
Your ass looks so good in those ski pants.
Yeah. Are those astronaut pants? No, there's no pants. Okay. But yeah, the season just changed, dude, and it's just like 70 degrees outside and it's breezy. And I live in Greenpoint, that is just, I didn't even know. It's magical. There's just like parks and trees everywhere. And it's also super fucking Polish. There's all these little like Polish restaurants and shit around here.
Oh, hell yeah.
And just literally, I don't know if this is just a Polish thing or a European thing or just an old people thing, but there's like small old people grumpy on the street, fucking everywhere. It is awesome, dude. It's like everyone looks all weird. Everyone's like,
This is a weird selling point. Oh, you're gonna love it. Everybody's weird and Polish and grumpy. It's like, wow, you really like this town.
Yeah, but it's like a cartoon. It's like walking through a Triplets of Belleville. Everything's very like, stylized and weird. And I got Polish food with Ismail yesterday, and it was so dope. Anyway, so I like made sure to be here for Christmas, for my first Christmas in New York, and I'm gonna do all the stupid shit, man. I'm gonna go see the big tree.
Big tree.
I'm gonna walk around in the
snow. You have a long coat?
I got a long coat, dude. A long pea coat. I got one.
Ooh,
Yeah,
boy.
that's right, dude. And I'm gonna pull up the collar over my ears.
Hell yeah, you are.
I'm gonna have to wrap I'm gonna have to like put a scarf on and then twist it, underneath. All that stuff, all that shit I've never done before. I'm so excited.
I want to see you walking down the street carrying a red sled, with your long pea coat.
Yeah, with a long pea coat and like a plaid scarf and earmuffs. I'm like, fuck it. Dude, how funny. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get earmuffs. I'm gonna get beat up by comedians.
Hell yeah.
I don't think, I think there are like certain clubs where if you wear earmuffs, you get beat to death.
I think so.
Yeah.
But somebody's got to do it.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I like, especially like there are parts of Manhattan that get all Christmased up with lights.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude. Probably a lot of people listening are like, "Oh, you're talking about Christmas?"
Yeah.
The thing that happens.
See it. They got trees and lights
everywhere you live, everywhere you go. But I don't know. It's so non-Christmassy in LA that there aren't even a lot of Christmas decorations. And I would always get a tree. I don't know. I just love that shit.
Yeah, of course. That's what makes life fun,
Totally. Yeah, dude. So I don't know if you want to come to New York and look at a big old tree.
Sounds pretty good.
I'm gonna do an entire walking tour of Home Alone 2.
Dude, I do want to come to New York this year. I got to figure it out.
Yeah, dude. Well, let's figure it out.
What a city.
Yeah, they got trees.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I got to come to LA sometime. I'm going to try
That's fine. It's just like it was last time you were here.
Oh, yeah, totally. It is weird how it is always the same. That's like the first thing that registered to me when fall changed. I was like, oh, right. It's not going to be this forever.
It's just the summer. This past summer is the worst shit. I mean, I'm like, and I guess it's just going to get worse, Yeah. And some people are like, it's just the earth. Like, no one can say it's not happening. So you just got to go, oh, well, this will just be how it is.
Yeah.
It's just summer is going to make you wish you were dead every year. It's like, oh,
dude,
I don't give a fuck why it's happening. Just make it stop.
When I was a kid, I loved summer. And it's like, man, I was really stupid. I was like the stupidest person. Across my whole life, that's probably when I was the dumbest, when I was a kid.
Well, that's why they didn't make us go to school, because it's like, if you imagine the weather It's hot, and sticky, and sweaty, and class. Like, fuck that. You got to give us something. And we all liked summer because we just didn't have school.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
And you like registered shit less. Like you
I
could
didn't
be
register
hot and
nothing.
you didn't even really. It didn't even occur to you.
Right. What are you going to do? You're not allowed to touch the thermostat in any room in the world. You're a little kid.
Totally. Back then, I could also like full blown smash my head into a mailbox and like not remember, not like care at all. Just run full speed into a wall and then run full speed into another wall and then be fine.
I was always getting the wind knocked out of me when I was a kid.
Oh,
me
too.
At least once a day, I'd have the wind knocked out of me.
Oh my God, the wind getting knocked out of you. I haven't had the wind knocked out of me.
I don't even think that's a
time.
real term. I don't know. I don't know what medically, like the doctors say that. Oh,
yeah.
He's missing his wind.
Yeah. Oh, he's got to catch the wind. It's like, is it just that you get hit so hard in the chest that your lungs stop working for a minute?
Yeah. All the
time.
Do
you know what it is?
No. I've been happening to me every day. In the 90s, the wind was fucked.
I wonder if kids still get the wind knocked out of them.
I bet. Or maybe not. They're probably in their room in their iPad. They don't know about the wind knocked out, you know?
Because it is like, I wonder if it's just like a weird sort of like, I don't know, like chest paralysis thing, or if because I remember it feeling like you couldn't breathe.
Yeah, and then your parents are like, it's just the wind. And I'm like, what if I die? And they go, we got lots of kids. They'll be fine.
Yeah, totally.
If you can't breathe, we don't want them. Figure it out.
I want to know what it is. I guess asking you is not going to.
Oh, I don't know nothing. I didn't know about shitting on the moon until today.
Well, but what do you think it is? You get kicked in the chest and you get the wind knocked out of you. It's not that you've like collapsed your lung, because that's a whole separate problem.
They're not collapsed. It must just be that it knocks out it empties your lungs, and that I guess is stunning.
So they're empty. Yeah.
And then you got to wait. I don't know, because it's like, well, then wouldn't it be just breathe in? But why can't I breathe in?
But why can't I breathe in? Yeah. And you're right. It is funny to call it the wind getting knocked out. We had all sorts of like fun colloquial ways of describing a problem.
Yeah.
That weren't. I can't think of what another one is.
David Spade's got one about how he got a concussion. He went to the doctor, and the doctor's like, "Get your bell rung," and he's like, "Can you stop talking like that?"
There you go. That's a good one. He got his bell rung. Like, you mean he got his ass kicked? Like someone beat the shit out of him?
Yeah, please use real terms.
Getting your bell rung sounds like you got hit in the head with a baseball bat. Also, it's just like
bell rung.
Like a fucking piano falls on somebody and they're like, oh, they got smushed. Looks like they got a little squishy.
I don't want to get smushed.
Don't smush me, man.
Isn't it weird that when they killed those witches, like the Salem witches, like you always thought they hanged them and burned them and stuff, but a bunch of them they crushed with rocks, which is
you know why? Because the crushing with rocks was if you wouldn't answer.
Whoa.
Bless you. So it was like, if you confess, then I think you get to live in like, I don't know, witch prison. If you deny it, then they burn you. Or maybe
whatever it was, great system. Great system.
Yeah,
no more witches.
Totally.
We really got rid of them.
Exactly. I think that's way better than lawyers. You know what I mean? Flawless system.
You seem like a lawyer.
But the people that would be like, I refuse to answer this question, would be laid on the ground, and they would slowly but surely put rocks on them until they were crushed, trying to get them to answer yes or no.
But then they got the wind knocked out of them. They're like,
and then they got, yeah. Admit you're a witch or we'll knock the wind out of you.
I don't think we need another witch trial, but there are too many witches, and I don't believe all of them are witches. You know, it's like too many now. I'm a witch. Okay.
It is interesting how being a witch went from a thing where you got burned to being a thing that people want to do.
Right. I'm a witch and a Scorpio. It's like, okay.
This is a thing you've said before. I don't particularly care if people are witches, but you seem to be
but I go, it's not
witches.
edgy. It used to be
Oh,
edgy.
yeah.
In fucking 1600s, you're like, I'm a witch. Whoa, what a badass. But now it's
I
like,
would
I'm a
even
witch. What do you do? What's
from
your
like
witch stuff?
1601 all the way up to like 1998. People were like, fuck witches.
Right.
And then nowadays it's like, I like witches.
I
You know?
just it's like pretending you live in Star Wars. Like I use the Force. I got a lightsaber. Oh, great. Like, and I don't know how it became socially acceptable. Like you're a nerd. You're
Yeah,
just a
but
crystal nerd. Oh, I'm a witch. Shut the fuck up.
yeah, I don't know. I guess
If
yeah.
you become a witch, Dave, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Well, I'm not going to become a witch, but I also just don't like. I kind of think that's true of all religions. I think it's all crazy and dumb,
Right.
and so I think, and I have a lot of people in my life that are like. I just personally don't see a difference between believing in a Christian God and believing in like a goat or whatever, or I don't know what witches believe. That's probably so disrespectful, but I like. You like sit around in a star and you have candles and you're like, look at this goat. And you like, or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
I don't know what they do either. But
I just don't see a
on.
difference between like
Yeah.
any superstitious shit. I think it's like Bigfoot. It's all the same. Ghosts, crystals.
Oh yeah,
I
the
think you're all
Bigfoot is
crazy.
what like I wish Bigfoot
Mhm.
was real, so they just shut the fuck up. Like, because then it'd be like, oh, I
Totally.
love bears. Well, bears are once it's real, they gotta stop.
That's really funny. They're just like, oh man, frogs. I love
Right.
I love to look at. Did you see that blurry photo of a frog? Like, yeah, I also saw. I have a whole book about frogs.
I
I
just
have
don't care.
a-
If there is a Bigfoot, fine.
I want it all to be real. I want Hollow Earth to be real. And I
Yeah.
really do feel this way. Like at its core, anything that you tangibly can't see that people believe in, I think is dumb as hell. But so and I mean God. And God is the biggest one. But then I'm also old enough to know so many people believe in God that I don't care. So if I don't care about that, I don't care if you're a witch or anything, or if like you could literally at this point in my life, I don't know if this is good, but I've been thinking about this. Hell, you could tell me anything, and I'll be like, all right. And you could be like, this cape I'm wearing is my God. And every morning I have to put the cape in my mouth or my family will die. And I'd be like, okay.
Oh, sweet. How many people you got on board with this one?
Well,
cape people.
I love
don't
that
even
you're
like fedora
you're
people.
shaking your. It's like making you mad as I'm talking about it.
But because I know that's a real guy. It's somebody's gotta. You need friends to go. Hey, what you're doing is stop that. That's why it's good to have friends.
Sure.
And you need to have a diverse group of friends. You need to have
Mhm.
men and women and different races and genders and to call you out when you're putting a cape in your mouth, because that's like what 4-year-olds do before they go, look, the cape in the mouth it's not good.
Yeah, but then there's a bunch of people that are like similarly, like I go to this big pretty stone building once a week and I kneel in front of a man wearing a cloak and he puts a cracker in my mouth and I eat God.
Yeah.
And if I don't do that, I go to hell when I die.
Also weird. You need someone to go, look, we're having a pool party and you're always going and eating God and kneeling with the cloak guy every Sunday.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, I know the tradition, but let's unless you're the cloak guy every Sunday. All right. It's a lot.
Yeah, man. That is a true thing. Shouldn't it makes a lot of sense to believe in a Christian God if if you're the one wearing the robe. Like if you're the Pope, it's like, okay.
Right.
I get it.
It would be funny. I wonder if there's ever been a Pope who's like, this is all bullshit.
This sucks.
I can't say it though, because I gotta go to work.
Oh man, yeah, the Pope turns to one of the cardinals and he's like, you see that photo of Bigfoot?
I want to know. I bet at least one Pope has believed in Bigfoot.
Totally, dude.
Which
There's
Pope?
got to be at least one crazy Pope who believed in ghosts and shit. He's like, especially Catholics. I mean, there's so many ghosts and it's so ghosty what they do. Everything is a fucking cavernous
purgatory
cathedral. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Hey, welcome to What's It Called, everybody.
Welcome to What's It Called. We love you.
We love you so much. We
Worship
got into
whoever you want.
God stuff for a minute.
We love God.
I do actually really love. I hope I didn't give you too much shit for it. I didn't mean to. I get a real kick out of how much. There's been a couple things we talked about recently where you, Caleb, the happiest, most positive person I know, is like, ugh.
Oh yeah, everybody's got
dude.
something. I just think it's so stupid. It's not real.
Yeah.
Like if witches were real, they'd be getting arrested. You know what I mean?
Oh man, and that's funny. That's like a Far Side cartoon now.
Yeah, stop poking me with that needle of the doll you have of me. You know, somebody would be poking. One witch would be poking Biden all the time or something.
It is interesting that it is this using the same word as, because it is like a I know people that is like that do it, and I don't know what they do, but sure, whatever you want to worship. But it is weird that it's the same word as like what we called the witch in Wizard of Oz, right?
Yeah.
It's just kind of similar. Like I'm a horse.
I'm a horse.
And
I'm a cowboy. I'm a Knights Templar. No, you're not.
Right.
You're none
That's
of those
what
things.
It feels like a Halloween costume. Yeah. Totally. I'm an M&M, and every weekend.
At least the people like furries are like, I'm not a bunny rabbit, but I'm pretending to be a bunny rabbit. But you're not a bunny rabbit. Sure. Don't tell me you're a bunny. I'm at a party where like dipping beers. Yeah, I'm a bunny rabbit. Oh,
I'm a rabbit, so
and I gotta sit there like you're a bunny rabbit.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it is real. I used to hang out with these goth kids in Washingtonville, New York, when I was in high school. I was a punk kid, but I would hang out with the goths. They were the best. We would watch Eddie Izzard specials, Coal Chamber music videos. And
Eddie Izzard is the funniest motherfucker in the world.
Totally. They were funny too. They were such stereotypes. They did all the goth shit. They was like all new metal and like big old pants. And they would
they love those big pants.
Put eyeshadow on me and shit. And we would get drunk and watch gothy shit, be it Eddie Izzard or Headbangers Ball or whatever. And then they started to become Wiccan. And they're like, if you practice Wicca, then you're a witch. You gotta watch the the YouTube. Caleb's face and me. Even when I said Wicca, you were like, yeah, and then I said witch, and he was like, I'm gonna fucking jump through the screen.
If it was real, I wouldn't be so upset. It's just
it's awesome.
It's so clearly pretend.
I don't think it is, though.
At least Christians will go, okay, I'm praying for this thing, and then it doesn't happen. They go, God's God, he didn't work. Some God's mysterious. But witches, I mean, you're like, oh, I've got my potion.
I don't think that. I do think it's a real religion that people practice. I think that. I don't think they sit around and they like put a hair and then like a baby's toenail into a pot, and then they're like, oh man, after we eat this soup, I'm gonna be able to turn into a wolf. I don't think that's what they do. I think it's like a valid thing with a book they read, and then they have candles they burn, and then they're like, I'm trying to fucking, I don't know, do whatever people do with their religion. It's just like
candles. I didn't know about the candles, Dave.
Oh, I see.
I like candles.
Now it's gonna smell nice in here.
All right. Should.
Yeah.
I might join.
Yeah, welcome to What's It Called? We love you so fucking much.
And if you're a witch, I'm just fucking around. It's all cool.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously, as with everything we say, first of all, there would be no comedy if we couldn't complain and make fun of people.
Right. Yeah.
And so we hope that you come to this show with a sense of humor as we do. And with all comedy, I mean, first of all, we are the most make funnable people.
We're idiots.
I'm wearing a T-shirt that I bought on Etsy for a band that hasn't existed in 15 years called Guns and Wankers.
Yeah. You make fun of everybody,
Yeah, totally. Good. I don't have a religion at all, but I do believe that if I don't meow at my cat before I leave the house every time, she'll die. That's like a fun OCD thing I've got. Yeah.
Cat people all have a religion. All the cat people have something going on.
Their own cat. And dog people. Let's not be fucking. Dog people are the most obsessive people on earth. But yeah, we love you so much. And I don't know.
Thanks for listening.
That was really fun to talk about. Because I don't know. I guess I really like genuine human frustration. You know what I mean? Like real emotion. Like it's
Yeah.
just my favorite. It's like the funniest thing. So, yeah, and we're glad you're here. This is our favorite thing in the world to do.
Yeah, we love you.
We
Get
love
ready to
ya.
lay down, you Richard Carnes.
Yeah, dude, we're just here fucking chilling. We're happy you're here with us. And look, if you want to lay down even harder than you're already laying down in your brain, which is what we do here. We lay
That's
down
what we
inside
do.
our brain, even though we're sitting up in a chair. And the way to really lay down is to have yourself a nice Montegundo IPA from El Segundo
Boy,
Brewing.
best brewery I've ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the only brewery on earth that is made of chocolate. The entire building is made of milk chocolate.
Yeah, dude.
The tables,
love
of course, are made of dark chocolate because you don't want to eat the tables. And as we all know, dark chocolate is not food; it's poison.
I've been saying that.
Yeah.
But it is the best. I
and-
still got a bunch in my fridge. I've been having like 2 a day, really enjoying them. They're all
Yeah.
just so good.
Totally.
The
Have a
Citra
Citra
is
IPA.
really hitting hard.
Though it's fall, and I think a Mayberry IPA might hit you right on a fall evening.
Yeah, get some. And if you get some, take a picture of yourself sipping one and throw it in the chat, tweet it, Discord, all that shit. Join the Discord.
Join the Discord. Follow us on Twitter or Instagram at What's It Pod. Go to our website, whatsitcalled.rodeo, for all these links to join in on our Patreon. We have bonus episodes on there.
And they're good. Extra episodes.
Yeah. And I live in New York City now, so follow me on Instagram at Dave to the Ross, and I'll be posting. I mean, my goal is to be up constantly all the time, and that makes it hard to and also just like how you get spots it's a sort of last minute a lot of the time, so it makes it hard for me to have a tour date list. But if you follow me, I'll post where I'm at, and please come to some shows.
Hell yeah.
I was telling you, dude, I was buying a jacket at REI the other day, and the guy next to me checking out was like, "Hey, are you Dave Ross?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Dude, I love What's It Called."
Crazy.
He's in our Patreon. Shout out to Jorge Sanchez Diaz.
What's up, Jorge?
It was so good to fucking meet you, dude. We talked for a few minutes in front of REI in Soho. It was cool, dude. Hopefully I'll see you at a show soon. Hopefully I'll see more of you at a show.
Yeah. And say hey, don't be shy. And I know if you are shy, whatever, but we're cool and we loved it would make us so happy.
We're awkward and shy. This is literally what happened when I met him. I was like in, the REI in Soho is fucking huge, and there's like 10 checkout people and the store was closing. So he turns to me, he's like, "Are you Dave Ross?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "I'm signed up for your fucking Patreon, man." And I was like, "Holy shit, dude, is that real?" And he goes, "Yeah, man, I'm a big fan. I love What's It Called." And then I'm like in front of all these checkout people who don't know what that is or who I am. And I panicked and I tapped him on the shoulder a few times. And I was like, "Hi, wish I could hug you, man." And I just like ran out. And then I was like, wow, I got really awkward having a nice thing happen to me in front of other people. And so then I just stood in front of the building, and he came out and we talked for a minute. So man. I'm shy too, is my point.
Yeah, it's hard to know,
Yeah, totally.
Hard to know what to do.
Also, we are doing we can announce this, right? We're doing our first live episode.
Oh, hell yeah.
In March of 2023.
Damn right. Houston Festival, dude.
What's the name of that festival? Is it
It's the Riot.
Oh, that's right. I believe it's called the Riot Comedy Festival.
Hell yeah.
Yes, the Riot Comedy Festival in Houston, Texas, March 23rd to the 26th. And we're both going to be separately doing stand-up sets on different shows there. And then we have a live episode of What's It Called, the first one ever at that festival. And if you're anywhere near there in the area, we hope to see you there.
Yeah,
we
make a trip out of it.
I think in 2023 will be a good year to start doing more of that. Well.
Come see us, and I'll be. I'll give you plenty of time here. I'll be at the Independent Comedy Club in Detroit on November 18th and 19th, and the day after Thanksgiving. Wait a minute. I guess it's the day after. But November 26th, I'll be in Bisbee, Arizona, at the Hitching Post. Come see me. It's a fun little town. It's cool.
Doug Stanhope lives there.
I'm gonna drink him into an early grave. It's gonna be great.
Hope you will.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So come see me, and I love you.
Fuck yeah, man. I also have some dates, and I'm gonna be at headlining the Grawlix in Denver Thanksgiving weekend. I gotta put these up on my website.
Oh shit!
Yeah, dude. So I've got that, and I'm doing Fest in Gainesville, Florida, along with Curtis Cook and Shane Torres, Chris Gethard, Kyle Kinane.
Whoa.
Halloween weekend. So all of the holiday weekends, I'm doing some shit. Oh, also, wow, I guess I am like doing some stuff on the road coming up. I haven't been, and I'm not really gonna be doing it a lot, but I'm excited to. That's all true. Then also I will be in Portland, Maine on November 3rd, which is the Thursday after Halloween weekend. And then this is dope. The week of the week after, okay, so the 10th of December is a Saturday. Starting then, and then for a week, I'm doing shows on the East Coast with Derek Brown, if you know him. He's like a really great comic. And before that, for years, was just a career performance touring poet.
Whoa.
And yeah, and he's like a great poet with a bunch of great poetry books out there and just a great dude. So we're doing some shit together. I'll post those on my website as well. But Saturday the 10th, and then Wednesday the 14th will be in Philly. We have a show in Montclair, New Jersey on the 15th of December with Chris Gethard that he put together. And then a show at Union Hall on the 16th, along with David Cross and Janine Garofalo and some people.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
dude,
I mean,
hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking stoked. Derek is like, he's been around a long time, and a lot of people know him and love him. So he does shit with David all the time. I am lucky and honored to be in the mix there.
Dude, hell
all
yeah.
that stuff. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, go see Dave.
So we talked about witches so long that this is a long episode.
Yeah.
And that's fine with me, but we just want to tell you that right up top, we still have a lot to get to because we're renaming King Charles. But that dude has so many names. It's just funny. I don't think this episode's ending anytime soon, man.
Oh, it's going to be a fun one.
We're renaming King Charles. And so here's the thing. First, I have a lot to say about this motherfucker. I like Reddit. We just said what we posted was we're renaming the King of England, right? Because that's who he is. His name, this is true, man. His name, not his any other name given to him, his real name is Charles Philip Arthur George.
Charles Philip Arthur George. What?
Hello, my name is Dave, Mike, Steve, Dan. That's his name. I don't know what the fuck. I guess the royal last name is George.
Whoa, wow.
But that can't be right because Elizabeth's real name is Elizabeth Mary.
Right.
And it's just like, so I think maybe you don't get a last name if you're a
Wait, do it
British
again.
royalty?
What is it? Charles?
Yes, hello. I'm Charles Philip Arthur George. It sounds like you fucked up. It sounds like you said the wrong, like you
Charles
just like
Philip
had a
Arthur
seizure
George.
halfway through saying your name and said other names.
Yeah. That's a guy who's got to come up with a fake name, and there's a like
Yeah.
he's looking at something behind him like, oh, Charles.
Hello, my name is Ryan Brian Bill Will. yeah, exactly. What's my name? My name is Person Human. Person Human right here.
Man, woman, camera, TV.
Yeah. So then there's how you are to address him, like his title. So your actual title, like evolves over time based on what you are appointed to be. And so he was like the Prince of Wales for a long time.
Right.
And then during that period of time, he accrued other titles that were like, the Earl of, or the Earl of Grass or whatever. The Duke of having a good time.
Yeah.
And those sort of like lesser, like Duke, Earl and stuff, you can still have. But now that he's the king, he's just His Majesty the King. That's his only title, which I think is really fucking interesting. But also, that's a shortened version of it. Here's the full title. Charles III, by the grace of God, of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and North Ireland and his other realms and territories, king, head of the Commonwealth, defender of the faith.
What?
And that's just a guy with a Twitter account.
That's so long.
It's so long. It's so Game of Thronesy, and that's fine. But I just don't think you get to have an iPhone and people call you stupid shit like that. It's like you live now or you live then.
Or you could be I don't mind when rappers do it at the beginning of the album. They're like, "Yeah, it's me," and then but
yeah, that's right.
Just an old white guy with a bunch of names.
And then so here's something that I really love about his name. If you look him up, so there's also the regnal name. That's what they refer to Charles III as. Everyone has. It was Queen Elizabeth II. That was her regnal name, and you pick it. It generally has to do with your real name, but it doesn't have to. He could have picked anyone. And this is true. I'm reading this from Wikipedia, but it says there had been speculation that he might choose a different name because the previous two monarchs named Charles are both associated with negative events in history. So he could have picked another name. Charles I was beheaded. Charles II reigned during the Great Plague and the Great Fire of London. And he was like, nah, I'll be the third.
Yeah, give me a third. If he gets his head cut off, that'd be a weird capper.
I just also love it could be anything. And they were like, all follow suit. Like it could be, no, I have to be like a stuffy, like, you know what? I'm Bongo. I'm Bongo the first. Why not, dude? Like, what a perfect opportunity to come on this show with us and pick a actually interesting name.
Right.
Yeah,
it's just crazy how different it is in America. It's like I'm Joe, I'm President Jimmy. It's like
totally.
We're Bill. We had a lead. Our leader was named Bill.
Bill. Hey, which president would you rather have a beer with?
Bill.
Yeah,
we got a Jimmy,
John or
Bill.
George. George W. or John? Would you rather get drunk ass with?
There's a guy in Congress named Scooter. No, it was one of the guy in Bush's. There's a guy named Scooter.
Scooter Libby, I know.
I would love it if we had a Scooter president.
Dude. And yeah. So I don't know, man. It was funny to rename him and like a lot of fun because like what are you? He already has a billion names and they all suck.
Man. I got so many. I'm so pumped.
Yeah, you want to do it? Let's do it.
Hell yeah, dude. The King of England. This is gonna be my favorite episode ever because I got title names and regular names.
So do I. Well, okay, and we'll get to the title thing after the names, I think, because they're so. Can I do the first one actually?
Yeah.
It's sort of like, all right, here's the thing. My first name is a thing that I just want to get out of the way. It's negative and horrible, so I just want to say it. The guy who killed Princess Di, probably. He did. You know, look, fuck him. The guy's a piece of shit. He treated her like garbage, ruined her life.
Wow.
She tried to kill herself while they were together. They divorced, and then she died. And, you know, fuck him. Okay, now that's out of the way. Now we can get silly.
I thought that was very fun.
Well, that's
probably.
I mean,
allegedly.
I mean, look, like, let's.
What's he gonna do? Send a cop with a stick to come get us?
It is funny. Like these people are so like they're just so regal and proper, and they're like murderers. And if you read about them at all, like they treat Meghan Markle like shit, and they also people still love them, and it's like they didn't do anything.
I know,
except just keep on being rich from murder before.
Don't get it.
All right,
people like, how could you accuse the King of England of having someone killed? Oh, how? I don't know.
Just
how about this for name? How about the Chimney Sweep of Hattown?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I've got Floppity Toppington, the tippity toppity big boy.
Floppity toppity. I got Half-and-Staff Longbottom, the Tesseract.
Yeah, dude. Mummy's Little King.
Quigley Jack in the Back again.
Hail to the teeth.
Middle Earth McFancy Pants.
Mr. Naughty Bum.
Piggly Wiggly Tobacco Pipe Teeth.
Oodles and oodles of Wiggly Man.
Corn Cob Cobblepot.
Cheerio Biden.
The president of a boat.
Oh, that's great. The secret magic statue that was nice its whole life and finally got to live in the castle.
Fiddlestick Little Dick the Fourth.
Mr. Sister, the Earl of Girls.
Dr. Nothing.
And that's all I got.
And my last one is Paddington McDouble Cheese.
Oh, that's great. So here's the other thing that fucking rules about these people. So I said that his full title is Charles III by the grace of God of the United Kingdom of Britain. So he also has a separate title for each country that they technically rule over, even though that's not a real thing anymore. So like for when he's in Canada, they refer to him as His Majesty Charles III by the grace of God of the United Kingdom, Canada and his other realms and territories, King, head of the Commonwealth, defender of the faith. And then they like switch out for Jamaica and Grenada and the Bahamas and shit. Yeah, dude.
Unbelievable.
And then there's this whole other fucking thing where bestowed upon him by all of these commonwealths that they rule over, which how embarrassing is it to like still think shit like this? Are appointments. He has like hundreds of appointments granted to him by the people of the countries who just love him so dearly. And I don't know, dude. Should we read the appointments or should we read ours?
We should do ours first.
Yeah, let's do ours.
Because it's insane. I got the Tom Collins of Apple Snatch.
The Great Royal Releaser of the Poops.
The Big Cobbler of Fuddruckers.
The Sovereign General of the Grand Order of Chewing.
The Inspector General of Mine Own Tingling.
The Incredible, Amazing, Handsome Man.
The Noble Milkman of Tittytown.
The Unstoppable, Magnificent, Beautiful White Wizard of Canada.
The Horny Pettifog of Kentucky Derby Shit.
The Silver Knight of the Beginning of the Day.
The First Annual Beef Wellington of Peru.
Sovereign Head of the Bowl of Cereal.
The Don Fezziwig of Doppelganger.
Supreme Honorary Most Distinguished Captain of the Longsuit Smith George Imperial Dance.
We should print them all off.
We
and
should,
have, like,
dude.
A crown and like all our names. Oh, it's fun,
dude. So, yeah, here is. I don't even know how to. So this is real. He is the Royal Knight Companion of the Most Noble Order of the Garter.
The Garter.
This one's my favorite one. The United Kingdom deemed him Sovereign of the Most Honorable Order of the Bath.
The Bath?
Scotland has deemed him Sovereign of the Most Ancient and Most Noble Order of the Thistle.
The Thistle? What? Bath? Thistle? What the fuck?
Extra Knight of the Most Ancient and Most Noble Order of the Thistle. Wow, he's got two thistle-related. He's the Sovereign of the Most Illustrious Order of St. Patrick. I just can't even. Sovereign of the Order of the National Hero. Sovereign of the Most Exalted Order of Merit. And this is from Antigua and Barbuda. Here, this one's fun. Canada says he's has appointed him the Sovereign of the Order of Merit of the Police Forces. It's all a joke. How is this fucking real, man?
They're not that different than the ones we came up with.
No, totally.
Honor of the Thistle?
Order of the Garter. Oh, the Bath one, there's a longer one. He's also Great Master and First and Principal Knight Grand Cross of the Most Honorable Order of the Bath. Wow, man, he's the cleanest boy in London, that man. Just the most washed man. Honorary member of the Saskatchewan Order of Merit.
Oh, wow.
Just
incredible.
I know. And
the Order of the Bath.
It's just like, yeah, what a fucking joke.
Was that back when baths were really rare?
Like
and
this hemophiliac who treats his family like shit, who never fucking did anything. And everyone's like, here's your 400 medals for standing still for a fucking lifetime. Just like where your actual job is to get mad at people in tabloids. I'm sorry that your one son wanted to move to New York. I'm sorry that sucked for you.
It's so funny because like
Admiral of the Fleet of the Royal New Zealand Navy. Every time that he gets pissed about something, they should have to talk about him being grumpy with one of his stupid fucking titles.
Is that too much for the Admiral of the Royal Navy?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm sorry your grandson wouldn't come to dinner, Wing Commander in the Royal Air Force.
It's like calling someone Captain Obvious. It's like so demeaning.
Totally, dude. Totally, man.
Oh boy.
Would you like a great honorable shoulder to cry on? Seeing as how you've decided to join the sovereign order of the little fucking baby today, I feel like
Oh man, I bet that's what his wife says all the time.
I'm sure, dude. I would do it all the time if I were in the royal family. Oh, I didn't realize you were a duke of pooping your pants today. Wow, this is the most fun I've ever had in my entire life.
This is my favorite episode.
Oh, buddy.
boy.
Yeah. Well, I know we got a bunch of responses too. We're at What's It Pod on Twitter if you want to chime in.
Yeah, there's no way we can get them all.
Here we go. First one at Kickacitron. Repeat responder. We love to see you in here. What's up, yo? Kickacitron says, Lord Benedict of the Saxons, first of his name, King of the Britons, ruler of the dwindling empire, sovereign of the nose pickers, captain of the water polo team by order of his mummy, defender of his hairline, and definitely the best way to choose a ruler, Esquire the Third. Fuck yeah,
that's
dude.
Very good.
That's great.
That is very good.
At Bushel of Awesome says, tea-stained, teeth-tempered, tantrum toddler man, but now with a crown. Oh, this rules. You all got it. You all understood the assignment right fucking away. At Bimbos from Space says, His Majesty King Leopold Burgermeister, boy mayor of the United Chimney Sweeps and also Wales, I think. Yeah, he's definitely the whale king too.
I like out of Pock Pod said, Sir Tallywhacker Puffy Wobble.
Yeah. At Toad Rat says, Elbort Slimpy Binks of the Windsor Slimpty Binkses.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, I love all of these.
At Turducken MRE says, Little Charlie Knickertwist and his magical gold hat.
I like at Demirska said the throat goat. That's fun.
At Apoc Pod says, Lord Richard P. Picklefingies. Mike Perry, fuck yeah, dude. At I Like Mike Perry goes, Baby Chuckles the Large.
Ooh.
That's funny, dude.
Oh, this is a good one from at Toad Rat. Albert Slimpty Binks of the Windsor Slimpty Binkses.
Yeah. At that CPA girl said, Poppy Longstocking. That's
man.
That's good stuff.
Poppy Longstocking.
At Max J. Curses, the Royal Ween. Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Another demurist, Reginald Q. Featherbottom. That's good stuff.
They're it's so silly. I can't
Everything about them is so stupid. At Greasy Thug said, the president of biscuits.
Greasy Thug also said Lord of the Beans.
Lord of the Beans. Hell yeah, dude. At CLP Beat said, the Honorable King Silly Ears, the wife murderer. Hell yeah. At Asparagus Fring says, King older brother of Prince Pedophile. Hell yeah, dude.
At Badwig, Sir Ortolan Bunting Ticklebottom Volume 3.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
I like this one from at in layman's terms just said the King of Queens.
Oh wow, that rules.
That's kind of perfect.
At Laundry Pants says Walker Texas Wanker. And at Greasy Thug says again, Chancellor Fuckface.
Chancellor Fuckface is good.
Yeah.
At Max J. Kerr, Birth Luck Chuck.
At Ghost Party says, Mama's little bitch boy.
Mama's little bitch boy.
Oh, that's funny. I mean, there's a lot of fun ones here. At Ghost Party also says, Crybaby Tinkle Pants. At But a Monkey Greg says, King Squibbington Shuttlecock. Hell yeah, dude.
I like him at Rando Dixon. Extremely biscuits and incredibly Tuesday.
Wow,
That's fun.
that really got me. That really got me. At Real Joe Rogan 69 says, His Majesty Chinby Wimblescrum, Lord of Lollipopland.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, totally. Lord Flatulence of Butterball. And so I like Mike Perry.
At CLP Beats, the Great British Jerk Off. That's
okay.
pretty good.
That is really clever. I think that one's got to get one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The Great British Jerk Off is particularly, yeah. At Loki Hates You says English Joe Biden. Totally.
Damn, so many good ones.
All right. Let's pick some Ricky shits, bro.
Let's see.
I do think that, what was the one that you just said?
Well, it was just up there. It was
the Great British Jerk
Off.
I feel like that one has got to
get a Ricky
one.
shit, buddy.
Who did that one?
That was CLP Beats.
All right. Hell yeah, dude. And then I know we've been giving more than one. Not every week, but sometimes. I feel like, wow, there are so many
good ones.
Rando Dixon art. Big Dick McFrank fingers.
What happened to those hands? Why do those hands look so
weird?
There was a really long one I really liked. Who had the really long?
Right at the beginning. I do think so. That's what I was going to say. The first one we read from, I believe, Kick Acetron. I think it's got to be that one. I think the Great British Jerk Off, which I was looking forward to retweet right now. I like to do it in real time, but I couldn't find it. I'll find it later.
I just retweeted it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Great.
But well, yeah, Lord you. Benedict of the Saxons first, King of the Britons, ruler of the Doom.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, those two, I think, yeah. But I don't know. There's so many good ones. I wanted to pick more, but yeah, it's just, yeah. They're all good, and those two particularly.
Yeah. Oh man, what an episode!
Dude. Well, thank you guys so much.
Oh yeah, and if you join our Patreon at the $25 level, guess what? That you're a producer. Not only do you get bonus episodes and bonus video episodes, you get a shout out on every episode because you're giving us money and it makes us happy.
Shout out to Dante Beckwith,
our
producer. Shout out to Peter Cumistra, producer of the show. Shout out to Amanda Richards, Anna Snyder, Peter Dahlberg, Eric Williams, Jane Palatini, Rando Dixon, and Joseph Holland, producers all. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for listening to the show. This was big and stupid. We had a great time. We hope you did too.
Hell yeah, lay it on down.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
What's it called? What's it called? What's it called?